Secret Invasion Resurrection. In Moscow, Talos pursues Everett Ross for killing CIA agent Prescott, who theorized that shape-shifting Skrull rebels frustrated that Talos and Nick Fury have not found them a new home planet intend to incite war between Russia and the United States to take over Earth. Maria Hill arrives to assist Ross, but discovers that he is a Skrull. She calls Fury, who has been working in space for years following the blip. Returning to Earth, Fury learns that Talos has been exiled from the Skrull Council and replaced by former ally Gravik, the rebels' leader. Fury is kidnapped by MI6 agents working for his old acquaintance Sonya Falsworth, who refuses to work with Fury to stop Gravik. Using a bug to eavesdrop on her, Fury and Talos locate the Skrulls who procured dirty bombs for the rebels, including Talos's daughter Gia. After Talos reveals that her mother Soren was killed by the rebels, Gia reveals the rebels' plan to attack Vosoidinanii Square on Unity Day. Fury, Hill, and Talos fail to intercept the bombs before Gravik detonates them. In the ensuing chaos, Gravik disguises himself as Fury and kills Hill. Secret Invasion Promises. In 1997, Fury recruits several Skrull refugees, including a young, orphaned Gravik, in exchange for helping them find a new home planet. In the present, Talos reveals to Fury that 1 million Skrulls are living on Earth. As the US is implicated in the bombing, Gravik meets with the Skrull Council and gains majority support to lead the Skrulls in a new war. Dissenting councilwoman Shirley Sagar contacts Talos to arrange a meeting between him and Gravik. In London, Fury meets with Colonel James Rhodes to explain the situation, but Rhodes discharges Fury and blames him for the bombing and Hill's death. Falsworth interrogates an imprisoned rebel, Brogan, who reveals that Gravik is building a machine capable of strengthening the Skrulls with help from a scientist couple, the Daltons. Gia discovers that the rebels are experimenting with powered DNA before accompanying Gravik to kill Brogan. Fury returns home and is met by his wife, a Skrull named Vera who has taken on the human identity, Priscilla Davis. Secret Invasion Betrayed. Gravik reveals to the Skrull Council that he intends to create super Skrulls with special abilities using the powered DNA, having used himself as the first successful test subject. He also explains that he has sent rebels to infiltrate the Royal Navy in order to launch missiles at a United Nations aircraft. Gravik meets with Talos to negotiate a parley, but the discussion breaks down when the former threatens to kill Gia. Gia secretly sends Talos information about the Royal Navy attack. Fury, angry that Talos allowed so many Skrulls to infiltrate Earth, reluctantly asks Talos to help him stop Gravik. They contact Falsworth and learn the name of the Naval Command Headquarters officer in charge, Commodore Robert Fairbanks. Fury and Talos break into Fairbanks's home and interrogate him, learning that he is a Skrull. After he provokes Talos into killing him, Talos contacts Gia, who acquires Fairbanks's authorization code so they can abort the missile launch in time. Gia attempts to run away, but Gravik, who suspected her of betrayal, shoots her and leaves her for dead. Meanwhile, Vera secretly contacts an unknown person, wishing to speak to Gravik, but is denied. Secret Invasion Beloved. Before she attempted to run away from the rebels, Gia used Gravik's machine to empower herself with extremis abilities. This allows her to recover from Gravik's gunshot and meet with Talos. He explains to her that he is planning to ask United States President Ritson to help the Skrulls after they successfully stop the rebels, which disappoints Gia, who hoped for a stronger plan to find them a new home. Vera meets with Rhodes, a disguised Skrull named Rava, and is instructed by the latter to kill Fury. Having secretly listened to their conversation, Fury confronts Vera over this, but they reconcile after she reveals that she took an oath to her human counterpart to never harm her lover. Fury visits Rava and shares a drink with her, secretly planting a liquid tracker. Fury and Talos then follow Rava as she picks up Ritson for talks with Russia. Gravik and the rebels attack Ritson's convoy disguised as Russian terrorists. Fury and Talos extract an unconscious Ritson, but Gravik kills Talos in the process. Secret Invasion Harvest. Following their failed attack on Ritson, the rebels start to lose faith in Gravik for not killing Fury and his perceived deception towards them. A new recruit named Beto leads a small group in mounting a mutiny, but Gravik kills them all. Meanwhile, Fury gets Ritson to a hospital and confronts Rava, but she reveals that she has leaked footage of Hill's death, placing Fury on a global watch list. Fury later meets with Gia, who reveals Gravik is looking for the harvest. After exposing her superior Derek Weatherby as a Skrull, Falsworth locates Dr. Rosa Dalton, another disguised Skrull, and questions her about Gravik's DNA machine. Rava shows Ritson pictures of Gravik's Russian-based new Skrullos to implicate Russia as Skrull sympathizers and advise a strike on the compound. Gravik calls Fury, offering to call off the strike if he brings him the harvest in person. Gia and Vera hold a funeral for Talos and fend off an attack by Gravik's men. In Finland, Fury leads Falsworth to a grave marked with his name which contains the harvest, a collection of DNA from the superheroes who fought during the Battle of Earth. Fury takes the harvest and prepares to confront Gravik. Secret Invasion Home. Fury confronts Gravik at New Skrullos, gives him the harvest, and asks that he spare Earth and conquer other planets. Gravik refuses before using the harvest to empower himself and attempt to kill Fury, only to learn it is a disguised Gia, who also used the harvest. The two fight, with Gia eventually killing Gravik. Meanwhile, Rava successfully convinces Ritson to authorize a nuclear strike on New Skrullos, but is tricked by Falsworth into arranging for Ritson's evacuation. Rava attempts to retaliate, but is killed by Fury. Ritson calls off the strike, allowing Gia to free Gravik's human prisoners, such as Ross and Rhodes. In the aftermath, Ritson issues a new bill declaring all off-world species as hostile forces and threatens to hunt down the remaining Skrulls on Earth, causing unrest as civilians publicly murder various high-profile officials for fear that they are Skrulls. Falsworth meets with Gia and proposes a partnership to protect the Skrulls against Ritson's bill. After cautioning Ritson about the unrest he caused, Fury asks Barrett to come to Saber with him to help negotiate at a peace summit with the Kree. She agrees and they leave Earth together.